The history of WCED. The World Commission on Environment and Development, or as known as WCED, also called Brundtland Commission after its chairman, Gro Harlem Brundtland, a Norwegian physician, was an international commission that discussed and devised strategies for protecting the environment and promoting sustainable development. The Brundtland Commission published its final report, namely Our Common Future, in 1987. Our Common Future stated that government could not address environmental protection separately from related crises, such as firstly, economic development, and secondly, energy production. Our Common Future also outlined a blueprint for dealing with these interlocking crises simultaneously. The finding and proposal of Our Common Future have shaped international environmental policy for the last 2 decades. The World Commission on Environment and Development was not the first United Nations conference to address environmental issues. Did you know that in 1972, the United Nations convened the United Nations Conference on the Human Environment in Sweden? Representatives from 130 nations and over 400 non-governmental agencies, or as known as NGO, attend the Stockholm Conference. This conference was the first international conference to address environmental public directly. The objective of WCED: to propose long-term environmental strategy for achieving sustainable development by the year 2000 and beyond. Secondly, to recommend ways concern for the environment may be translated into greater cooperation among developing countries and between countries at different stages of economical and social development. Furthermore, lead to the achievement of common and mutually supportive objectives that take account of the interrelationship between people, resources, environment, and lastly, development. Thirdly, to consider way and means by which the international community can deal more effectively with environmental concern. And lastly, number 4, to help define shared perception of long-term environmental issue and the appropriate effort needed to deal successfully with the problem of protecting and enhancing the environment. A long-term agenda for action during the coming decade, and aspirational goal for the world community. Activity that related to WCED. Environmental protection has become more important to government and business over the last 2 decades, leading to great improvement in the number of people willing to invest in green technology. Did you know that for the second consecutive year in 2010, the US and Europe countries added more power capacity from renewable resources such as the wind and the sun? In 2011, the effort continued with 45 new wind energy projects in 25 different states. The focus on environmental protection transferred globally, including a great deal of investment in renewable energy power capacity. Furthermore, eco-city development occurring around the world help develop and implement water conservation, smart grid with renewable energy resources, LED street light, and lastly, energy efficient building. The consumption gap remains roughly 80%. The natural resources used each year are consumed by about 20% of the world population. What the contribution of WCED? Let me share with you. The Commission focused its attention on the area of population, security, the loss of species and genetic resources, energy, industry, and lastly, human settlement. It realizing that all of these are connected and cannot be treated in isolation one from another. Secondly, re-examine the critical issue of environment and development and to formulate innovative, concrete, and lastly, realistic action proposals to deal with them. Furthermore, strengthen international cooperation on environment and development and assess and propose new form of cooperation that can break out of the existing pattern and influence policy and even in the direction of needed changes.